Hi, this is a narration of a short, fun love story called COVID in Love, written by me, Sonal. Flora the virus spread herself leisurely inside the nose. She had just managed to find herself a home and was happy for the warmth within it. Sheesh! It was cold outside and she had waited an hour before she was picked up. He seemed a nice guy, her host. He was tall, looked healthy, and had a nice smile. His kids looked lovely too, or so she gathered in the brief moment before she entered his nose. After a bit, she would explore. She would go down his respiratory tract and see what it looked like. Every house was different, and it was quite an expedition traveling inside. In some time, she would go hijack some of his cells, take over the protein manufacturing machinery of the cell, leave her own imprint, etc. etc. Later, she said, yawning, after a nice long nap. Somewhere, her quiet was disturbed by this alpha looking virus who just strode in and glared at her. She rubbed her eyes and thought it was polite to introduce herself. Hi, I'm Flora and you are? COVID, he said. Quite an angry guy, she thought. He had even this weird spiky hairdo which made him look quite the rogue. Daintily, she moved to the side more because he was striding around a lot looking for his space. We'll have to share this space, she remarked. I'll be here for a bit, she said. Oh well, don't bother about me. I'll be moving down soon enough. I don't have time, but you can continue being a lady of leisure, he said sarcastically. Anyway, his T-cell army will be out soon enough and I have hell of a lot of work to do. Flora was taken aback by his energy, his persona, but on closer look, he seemed quite devilishly good looking. Can I offer you some mucus? You must be hungry, Flora said. Oh well, my preference is for the Chinese, but I'll have some. Sitting on the steel rail for a few hours has really made me hungry, said COVID. Suddenly, there was this whoosh of hot air bursting in and Flora tumbled into COVID's arms and he too was taken off balance and held on to the walls. Something electric passed between them. But before they could react, Flora choked and spluttered. Darn! He's inhaling steam and if we don't move down further, he'll kill us. COVID said angrily. Another whoosh and COVID practically had to drag Flora to the throat. There they sat, panting. COVID was suddenly conscious of how pretty Flora was. Her eyes wide and innocent, she looked so helpless. It made him feel protective towards her. Suddenly, all he wanted now was to be with her. But practical sense prevailed. Flora, you must help me. We have to invade his lungs first and make him helpless. Flora got startled. This did sound serious and somehow she didn't like the sound of it. You mean if we do this, he could die? Of course. Would you rather die? COVID asked her sarcastically. But COVID, he seems like a nice guy. He even has cute kids. I saw them before he inhaled me. What would they do without him? COVID looked at her disbelievingly. Are you even supposed to have emotions? He asked. But already he felt a part of him melting for Flora. There was something so sweet and unspoilt about her. Flora took a minute to answer. COVID, I think I've begun to like you. A lot. I want you to know that I want to be with you for as long as I can. But is that how we will be remembered? As murderers who destroyed the family so we could be together? And if he dies, don't we die too later? Dumbstruck, COVID thought, she's right. Darn, she's not only pretty but talks sense too. Rare combination in the virus world. Shaking himself up, he said, I'm not ready to lose you, Flora. I want you. Let's just leave him the moment he sneezes and make our escape. Flora fell into deep thought, then quietly looked up, her face decisive. COVID, how long will we travel one to another? There is a chance we may not be picked up and die in the cold. And even if we were, we would once again have to escape. How long? I'm not prepared to destroy any more lives. Let's just be together for as long as we have, and then when the time comes, we don't fight, we give up. At least we'll have these moments and we'll feel good about the fact that we didn't destroy another life. COVID took Flora in his arms and held her. Yes, it's better to be remembered for love than for hate. After all, only love matters in the end. Thank you.